pursuant to section 464 of the Local Government Act in order to consider zoning amendment bylaw 1380.11. At this public hearing, all persons wishing to speak will be given an opportunity to be heard. However, I ask that on being called upon by the chair to address council, please proceed to the podium. Before commencing your remarks, please state your name and address. When addressing council, please restrict your remarks to matters contained in the bylaw. All written comments to be submitted to the side table prior to the close of the public hearing. Comments received to date on the proposed bylaws are contained in the binder located at the side table. Anyone wishing to review those comments is invited to do so. I now ask Director of Development Services to outline the bylaw amendment.
Thank you, Your Worship. The subject of this second public hearing is the Zoning Amendment Bylaw number 1380.11 for 312 Chardonnay Avenue. Property location is in the Tuckalnuit area, with the property highlighted in yellow there. The applicant is proposing to rezone the subject property from RH1 to RS4 to facilitate a 3-lot subdivision in which a single-family dwelling will be constructed on each lot. Since the proposed use and minimum lot sizes do not meet the requirements in the RH1 zone, a rezoning to RS4 is required. There's a picture of the zoning map. So the current zoning is RH1, residential high density 1, and the OCP is LR, low density residential. Just a bit of a background on the OCP designation. The subject property was previously designated as Tuckalnuit Mixed Residential under OCP 1070 in 2003, which allowed a mix of low and medium density residential housing. In March of 2017, OCP Bylaw 1370 was adopted, which changed the designation of this property to LR, which is the current low density residential. So this designation supports the construction of single-family dwellings, duplexes, secondary suites, and carriage homes, which is aligned with the current proposal. There's a picture of the preliminary subdivision plan. I wanted to highlight, just through first and second reading, the meeting there, just a comparison with some of the neighboring lots. So the properties you can see, lots 16, 17, and 18 are all about 468 square meters. And these proposed lots are 462, 421, 438. So it's not a far departure from, it's decently consistent with the neighborhood. There's a preliminary site plan showing how 3 buildings, well, it actually shows 2, one on proposed lot A and proposed lot C, just how they could be constructed, the size of them, how the driveways would work. So lot C, the access would be from Chardonnay Avenue, whereas lot B and A would be from Meadows Drive. And here's some preliminary elevations for lot C that the developer has come up with, just showing a 1-story home on this lot. And that's it, thank you.
Thank you, Director. I declare the public hearing open and ask if there's anyone who wishes to speak to the proposed bylaw.
His question's been answered.
It's been answered. For a second time, is there anyone who wishes to speak further to the proposed bylaw?
Mr. Mayor, councilors, my name is Gordon Hahn, 707 Meadows Drive. Before I ask my question, I'd like to say I'm fully in support of this application. However, my question is, where does the Land Commission fit into this? My memory of the last time the community went away from the mixed residential that the Land Commission had indicated was their priority there, and an application was made to the Land Commission. They came back and said something along the line of this is sort of the last time we will allow for a greater density, or a lesser density rather. Is that no longer valid? Will the Land Commission have to approve this application? Where does that stand?
I'll ask the CEO to.
Thank you, Your Worship. With respect to the ALC, when we did the OCP bylaw, that's when the ALC was able to review it at that point in time. And because we were able to prove we were still providing good density within the area, the change to those 4 lots was not challenged by the ALC, so that this does not have to go forward to the ALC for this rezoning. If it was something else, they had their opportunity doing the OCP review. Okay?
Does that answer your question? Does that answer your question?
That's fine, yes, thank you.
For a third and final time, is there anyone who wishes to speak further to the proposed bylaw?
I'll just add a couple comments. John DiBernardo, I live at 471 Johnson Crescent, Oliver. I'm the proposed developer of this piece of property. Just want to let everybody know that we really would like the final reading to be approved of this. You know, it's zoned RH1, which is high density, which, you know, would have been very easy for us to go in there and say, let's maximize the density to a fourplex or sixplex. But we actually really considered the local neighborhood of the rest of the houses that are in there and tried to make it fit a little bit better. I know that if we were to build a 3-story building in there, a lot more people would object to what we're planning on doing. Would have been easier for us to do it. The zoning was in place, the water was in place, just get a building permit and go. But we're actually looking at, you know, a higher tax rate for the town, building 3 single-family homes in there versus a fourplex, along with the consideration for the residents of the Okanagan Oasis subdivision. So, that's all I have to say.
Thank you. I'll ask one more time. Is there anyone else that wishes to speak to the proposed bylaw? Hearing none, I hereby declare this public hearing on this bylaw closed.